We're back.
Great, we get this kind of story to tell. What's that about?
This is like really freaky.
What is that?
We do believe that Gerthy was murdered. She is definitely still alive.
Who's Brady? Girthy! Oh my god, guys, this device just said girthy.
They said, look.
They took us down to the boiler room. There was growling. There was, the spirits told us to get out. They told us to leave.
The hairbrush was just sitting in the sink. And as she's sitting there doing her hair, the hairbrush moved up the sink and down the sink.
Next stop, Haunted Hotel.
We are staying at the Jerome Haunted Grand Hotel.
One of the most haunted places in the country.
We do have you in one of the old therapy rooms. Actually, this room was the very first picture ever taken of what they considered a ghost. It was a cat. It was a cat taken in 2008. So that's where you're headed.
The door was making noises.
Wow, look at that electromagnetic field detector go off.
And now the EMF detector is freaking out. Holy sh!
So Lauren's feeling dizzy right now, guys, after her bracelet was ripped off.
I was getting ready and I felt this sensation on the back of my arm.
I felt something like on my back, like just lightly touch
I've
it.
had my hair pulled. I've been sucked on the butt. I've had all kinds of things, like especially caught.
Like an old lady coming down the stairs. I see the top of her head, and then I turn the corner. She's nowhere to be found.
Did she commit suicide? Did she jump out the window? A lot of us believe she was actually pushed out the window.
Does the room look unusual?
No blood spatters anywhere.
So the couple that was in 32 said that they heard a woman wailing, crying.
And now it just said Girthy is dead. And it's telling us to leave. No freaking way.
I'm Tom.
And I'm Cheri.
And we're EnjoyTheJourney.Life.
All set, love?
Oh, yeah.
Next stop, Haunted Hotel.
Next stop, Haunted Hotel. Ooh.
I'm back in Arizona for another tour. Actually, specifically Jerome, Arizona, and I'm not alone. Yeah, Cheri is with me this time, and also doing a first.
Hi guys. Yeah, we are staying at the Jerome Haunted Grand Hotel.
Yes, our first time spending 2 nights.
We are so excited.
At one of the most haunted places in the country.
Ooh,
Yes, all kinds of ghost hunters have been here filming stuff. We also teamed up with professional ghost hunters from Longhorn Paranormal who have done extensive research at the Jerome Grand Hotel. Jen, Stephen, Kim, Bailey, and guests Lauren, Sarah, and Deanna show some never before released video footage that proves we were not alone in the hotel. Their impressive ghost hunting equipment arsenal includes necrophonics, REM pods, K2 meters, the Ovilus, night vision lights, starburst laser grids, and thermal cameras.
They have a whole book in the lobby with
Yes.
all these ghost sightings, pictures. It's like thick, like this thick. It's crazy. We'll have to show you.
And we have some amateur ghost hunting equipment that we're going to be trying out.
Yeah, let's go get our bags. Oh, did you tell them what the restaurant name was?
Yeah, what's for dinner tonight?
I don't know. It's the Asylum.
Yeah.
So we were asking, like, I wonder if it was once an asylum or just a hospital. We'll find out and let you know.
Yeah, lots of history here at this hotel, but also the city of Jerome, Arizona.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I need to get my little alien shirt.
Oh, right. We need ghost shirts.
We
for
do.
this.
Yeah.
Around one is the elevator.
Look at this
You'll see
old
the little
lobby.
halls.
Do you have any tips? Like how to call the ghost? Like, come on.
Exactly
Like-
the opposite. Don't conjure up the spirit.
Really? Oh, that's the first tip.
Just be yourself, because if they want to engage with us, they will find a way.
That's true.
You don't have to use them. Don't use a Ouija board.
No.
I burn those puppies. If they leave behind, they go in the incinerator because
That's right. I saw
that's
a
not
video
grandma you're
of that.
talking to. That's somebody else. But just be your normal self.
Okay.
And, I've been the GM of this property for a number of years. I've had my hair pulled. I've been slapped on the butt. I've had all kinds of things, like especially Claude, the old.
I've heard about
maintenance
Claude.
guy. We share
Okay.
the same office. He's still here. But
How cool is
be normal.
that?
Just be normal, whatever normal is. I don't know.
That. You are so much
Awesome.
fun. I love
It's the caffeine.
Oh, he's still drinking his
You never
too.
know what's in here. It's being, trust me.
So we've been in the lobby here before, but this is our first time staying here for 2 nights. Our
Yes.
first time staying in a haunted
Yes,
hotel.
we are so excited.
Period.
At check-in, we requested the most haunted room that they had available. We got room 20, the ghost cat room.
A spirit cat is a frequent visitor to the hotel. Its origin is unknown, but the cat has been heard meowing, hissing, and scratching at doors and walls. Both the staff and guests have heard and felt the cat brushing up against their legs and snuggling against them while on the bed. Most notable and commonplace is the imprint on the bedding of the hotel bed of what is believed to be the cat curled up. That bedding was smooth and straight just moments earlier. A photo provided by a guest staying in room 20 in 2008 shows the cat very clearly sitting on a table looking toward the photographer.
Give us the most haunted room.
It's probably already picked out for us.
So we've got you for 2 nights. We do have you in one of the old therapy rooms. Actually, this room was the very first picture ever taken of what they considered a ghost. It was a cat. It was a cat taken in 2008. So that's where you're headed to.
Is there a name for this cat?
I just call him Fluffy Poo.
Oh, cat.
It's a cat. I'm a dog person, but I'll pet him and feed him. We've had him walking across. I had him sit on my feet.
What?
All right, kitty poo.
Well, at least a ghost cat won't be that spooky, right?
Right.
Until you're laying in bed, falling asleep, and he jumps on the bed and he's like,
Sarah, the manager, was a great resource for ghost stories about the hotel. She let us know that the hotel was never a mental hospital, but a regular hospital, the 4th hospital built in Jerome.
So was it ever a mental hospital? Okay.
the name of the restaurant above me implies something specialized. Getting it was.
Okay.
Okay.
It was known as United Verde Hospital Number 4. That's what it was
Okay.
called, because it was the 4th hospital here in town run by United Verde Copper Company. So they gave it their name. But no, there was an area of the building, 3 flights above me on the south end. There were 4 rooms at one time that were designated for tuberculosis patients, for mental health care. When we think of asylum, that's kind of where we think of as mental health. But it was a general hospital, labor delivery, orthopedics, all of this.
The Jerome Grand Hotel was originally the United Verde Hospital and was constructed in 1926. At one time, it was considered the most modern hospital in the Western United States. However, we learned that around 10,000 people died there while the hospital was open. In 1950, the hospital closed.
The only other one that we have absolutely positively confirmed is here. Her name is Gerthy May Patch. She was a patient, brought up here right around Christmas time, 1945. She was taken to the psychiatric wing. According to her death certificate, which we have, they said she was brought in here for psychiatric care. She plunged out the window. It's a mountainside balcony room. It had a balcony now, it didn't at the time. She fell down 3 stories, landing on the ground. She survived the fall, but she succumbed to massive internal injuries 36 hours after they found her. We don't know how long she'd been out there. I mean, how often was bed checks back then? Was it every 2 hours, or was it when you feel like it? Who knows? But there's a lot of question marks. Did she commit suicide? Did she jump out the window? A lot of us believe she was actually pushed out the window. Because the nature of her injuries, which are listed very detailed on her death certificate, and we've had a lot of people that are medically trained look at it and go, this is not a forwards fall like you're going to jump out the window. This is a backwards forceful push. So we do believe that Gerthy was murdered. She is definitely still in the building. I've had many encounters with her.
Another active spirit at the Jerome Grand Hotel is that of Gerthy May Patch. Gerthy was a 24-year-old psychiatric patient in room 37B of the hospital. Gerthy mysteriously died from suicide after she fell from the window in her room. There are many theories that Gerthy could not have sustained the injuries she died from by suicide. Nevertheless, Gerthy's death certificate shows her official cause of death as suicide. Here's a conversation that Jen from Longhorn Paranormal had with Gerthy in room 37B. And wow, look at that electromagnetic field detector go off.
And now the EMF detector is freaking out. Holy sh!
Brady. Who's Brady? Gerthy.
Gerthy! Oh my god, guys. Oh my god, this device just said Gerthy. Out of all the words it could have said, it said Gerthy.
And then Gerthy says to leave.
Gerthy's dead? Yeah, we know.
And now it just said Gerthy is dead.
Now it said leave.
And it's telling us to leave. No freaking way. Oh my god, guys, this is insane right now.
It is throughout the building.
Wow.
It's certainly, me being the GM, I know every corner of this building, and I feel it is throughout the building. Other people, oh, it's only here, it's wherever they engage with.
Yeah.
And I've had
They
it
get to choose, I suppose.
everywhere. Not just here in the ER, not in my office in the back, which was Claude's office too. Everywhere in this building that I've had encounters.
Room 20.
Room 20, there.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Even the elevator is spooky. The Otis elevator, which was Arizona's first self-service elevator, was installed in the United Verde Hospital in 1926 and serves all 5 levels of the building. The elevator is regularly maintained and inspected, but it is still a scary ride.
The hotel lobby is actually the emergency room from the hospital. The bench in the lobby is the original bench from that emergency room. It's hard to imagine how many people have sat on that bench waiting for care, or who may have passed away waiting for care that took too long to receive. If you're new to our channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you catch all of our videos like this one, or you can scan this QR code right over here with your smartphone. That will get you subscribed, because we've got more videos coming out. Our next documentary is going to be The Mystery of Coral Castle. Who built this incredible feat of architecture and construction in Florida, and why? How did he move these tons of coral into place all by himself? All done by a man weighing about 100 pounds. Yeah, another really cool video coming out soon.
Please use with caution during thunderstorms. Should we lose power, the elevator will not move until the power is restored.
Ooh.
That wouldn't be scary at all. Open it carefully, and then
Don't pinch your fingers.
Yeah.
All right.
click, and then on. Oh, it's making noises. Oh my gosh. This is wild. Look at this is copper. Ooh, cool. We need to have like do a walkabout. Oh, was that not second floor?
I guess the restaurant.
Oh, right lobby. Okay, that makes
So-
sense. Okay, so off. And then slide.
Watch. Yeah.
And then slide. You see any ghosts yet?
No, we got kind of freaked out, but it was just somebody who was coming by.
Oh.
I was so excited.
Oh, there it goes.
It just sounds creepy.
I assume
Are we
it's
gonna
this
hear
way.
somebody playing the piano? in the middle
Well,
of
it's
the night?
broken.
Oh.
If you hear it, then you know it's a ghost.
Look at this picture by the piano right next to room 20.
We're down here in the dark.
Ooh.
Ooh, at the end.
And what room is that?
I don't know.
It doesn't have a room number.
It has really pretty glass in here, though. Here we go. Are we gonna see any ghosts as we enter?
It's definitely an old-fashioned room.
Yes, it is. It looks like a full-size bed. We gonna be able to sleep on that, Tom?
You know what? But at least it's a little firmer than last night. Jerome is known as America's largest ghost town. Located in Arizona, Jerome was once a thriving mining town for copper, silver, gold, and zinc. The population reached around 15,000 people during its peak mining period in the early 1900s.
In 1903, New York's The Sun proclaimed Jerome the wickedest town in the West because of the large number of brothels, saloons, and opium dens.
In the early 1900s, Jerome was known for, well, kind of a little adult entertainment.
After the last mine closed in 1953, the town became a popular historical and tourist destination.
I have family history in this town. My grandfather, Gilbert Bigelow, was born in nearby Clarkdale, Arizona, and was known to visit Jerome for some of the nightlife.
I wonder if the cat jumps on the furniture and pushes stuff off. Meow. Ooh, is that what it likes to jump on up here? It's like a little platform for kitties.
Oh,
It's a kitty platform.
interesting.
Yeah.
And the view looking out here over the Verde Valley.
Wow.
Crazy.
Nice.
Remember these old heaters? In the bathroom. Oh, is it Claire? Was that the other ghost? Oh, we got a flag right outside our window.
Oh, nice.
So I was reading up on Wikipedia, and this room, room 20, is the room that this ghost cat is supposed to hang out in. And they apparently have pictures on a website, we'll try to find them, of the bed being perfectly smooth, which it's not right now, but I'm gonna smooth it out before we leave for dinner. It'll be smooth 1 minute, and then you'll see a spot that looks like a cat is curled up in that spot, but just, you know, the indentation in the blanket. So that's pretty cool that we got the one room that this ghost cat hangs out in. So we'll do our little test here. I also have an infrared camera that I've set up pointing at the bed just to see, you know, maybe if we could catch something. So this will be our first little experiment. So Cheri likes to go to bed early, and I'm still awake. Maybe time to go look around a little bit. Let's try this out. It's like close to 10 o'clock at night, and I ran into Sheila down here in the lobby. You're doing the second shift here at the hotel, go until midnight.
Yeah.
So how long have you worked here?
Almost 5 years.
Okay, so you're not like new to this place.
No, I've been associated with the hotel since 1996.
Okay.
Frequent visitor, that thing.
Okay. So what is the most interesting thing you've seen, heard?
Well, I've had like full body apparitions disappear in front of me. Like an old lady coming down the stairs. I see the top of her head, salt and pepper hair. And then I turn the corner, she's nowhere to be found. But there's no way she could have escaped like into a different closet or a different hallway because everything's sealed off.
Wow.
Or I've seen smoke shadows on the 4th floor, like a shadow man. Like he had a cowboy hat, also no hat at all, just a body, no definition. It goes from room 40 to 41, then back into 42, back to 41, blah, blah, blah. And so I've seen that shadow man.
Any sounds?
I've heard keys jingling in the back. I'm the only one there. A couple months ago, I went through the back room, and people who like residual energy, all this is 1926. The radiator system, the sink, the copper on the wall. So it's all, there's energy back there. So I was there and I was walking forward and I tripped and I said a bad word. As soon as that word came out of my mouth, I kind of smiled and just to myself, and I heard a woman to my right ear go, "No," like really stern.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, okay, sorry about that. And then, being the lovely jerk that I am, I said, what am I saying sorry to you for? You live your life, now it's my life.
On a previous visit to Jerome, the hotel had albums full of hundreds of pictures that guests had taken over the years. We were both blown away by how many spirits that had been captured on camera. Although the albums are no longer available for public viewing, you can view some of the pictures and stories online. So how many are there? I mean, is there a number? Is anybody counted?
No, well, for example, over 9,000 people on average died in this hospital over the years, but nothing's written on record because we don't have any, they were all gone when they bought the place in 1994.
Right.
So some people, like, for example, there used to be a spirit here named Daryl, and I sensed him back in 1998. I haven't seen him since about 2006, 2007. So I don't know if he went on his way or whatever happened to him, but really haven't seen him. He used to have a bowler hat with white puffy sleeves, like, and he'd go, and he'd point at the pictures, And the restaurant opened in 2001, the Asylum restaurant.
Oh, okay.
So some of the wait staff would be asked, who is that man in 1920s clothing? And they were like, I don't know. And they're like, you don't put it on? You don't have people walking around in costume and period clothing? And they're like, no. But Daryl's gone. He's gone. I don't know what happened to him.
Oh, really?
But there are times when I go into, people will say, how many people are here? And I'm like, well, the room feels crowded. I did stay the night at the Grand Suite on the 3rd floor, and it felt crowded in there that night. It really did, like just people from the corners watching. In some rooms I feel nothing. It's beautiful, historic place, no spirit activity whatsoever. Room 12, Claude Harvey's room, the old maintenance man who got murdered.
Oh, okay.
That room it's a lovely room as well, but always looking behind me. Some people have said that to me too. I feel like someone's staring at me the whole night.
Interesting.
Looking behind you. So the bench behind you there, was in the admitting area when it was a hospital. So how many people have sat on that chair over the years? And people who were into imprints and residual energy, original copper, like I said before, but the bench is right here. this was the emergency room. So thousands of people died maybe where we're standing because they didn't make it into the elevator to get to surgery. Babies born, people before, during, or after surgery didn't make it. That's why they say the third floor is a little bit more active than others, because more people died on that floor compared to, let's say, the fourth floor, which was tuberculosis and babies and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, and I've seen I was in the back and I saw a man walking and I said, oh, he can't be here alone. Let me go get him. When I walked to him, he just portaled away right in front of me. But he had a brown V-neck t-shirt on with stitching and black hair with mousse in it. But I didn't see any features or anything, you know. And I did on my phone, I caught a picture a couple years ago too of a man standing by my car. And every time I show people that picture, I don't have a YouTube channel where I would reference it. Anyway, he had a little brimmed hat and everybody sees the hat and he got this creepy smile.
We were here a few years ago and the books were out.
Oh yeah.
And just looking through the books of the pictures over the years, that was, yeah. We should come and stay the night here.
Yes, we should.
Yeah.
Look at all these stories.
Actual guest stories of their haunted experience.
Wow.
It was.
Look at that. That is crazy. Look how long some of these are. Strange EMF readings in our room. The EMF went off over our bed. When we asked Claude to leave, the meter stopped. This happened all night.
Oh, people have photographs too.
Oh yeah, there's a whole stack of them here.
People have showed me different pictures, and yeah, it can be, you know, I've been here almost 5 years, like I said, and I'm at the point where I'm kind of changing spiritually. Like I think it's because I've been here a long time, maybe I'm becoming more receptive or perceptive, clairaudience, clairvoyance. I can sense things more and more the longer I'm here. So I'm not sure if I like that or if I could just say, whatever, you know. But Ouija boards are used here all the time. I love to use the term tornadic. Tornadic activity of Ouija boards, 8 to 10 on a weekend going at one time. A cyclone of tornadic energy. But if someone does use a Ouija board here, usually something happens. I've heard footsteps come down, boom, 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 right here. And I'm like, yeah, no one there. Second hour later, boom, 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 boom. There it is again. Someone's using Ouija board somewhere.
So that stirs it up even
so.
more.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm even using tarot cards or divining sticks or whatever those things, dowsing rods.
Oh, okay.
You know, all that, Tinkerbell, Peter Pan, Disney, it's all the magic of everything. And so, you know, the more people who come here, like October, will have a little bit more activity spiritually, because you have so many people wanting it here. It's in the air. The energy is like they're all here wanting that.
Right.
You know. And one time I had a woman come down here, and all I heard was, I'm like, oh, what's wrong? Are you okay? She's like, I didn't see a ghost yet. And I'm like, just give it time, just a minute. But not everybody will catch a ghost when they stay here overnight. Catching as in seeing out of the corner of your eye or whatever. So.
Well, we've got tonight, we've got tomorrow night, so we will see what we see or hear what we get a chance to hear. But and we're gonna try out the asylum tomorrow night for dinner, I think.
Awesome.
So, but thank you so much, Sheila. Appreciate the stories.
I'll let you know if anything's going on.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I talked to a couple as they were checking out.
So every time we left the room, about half the time we left the room, something happened, right? And we were in 32, which is supposed to be the haunted room. We didn't even know we were getting it. That was what the cool thing was. And so the first time we left, where we go to dinner or dinner or lunch? We went for a walk, and we had this. Where's that lotion? So we had this lotion bottle sitting on top of a desk, kind of near the door. You know, as you're walking out. Right, bedside table. And when we came back into the room, it was sitting. So we opened up the door, and it was sitting on the floor right in front of the door, standing up.
Oh my god.
We tried everything to try to knock it off and see if it could land on its.
Yeah.
It's like
It was just
Nothing.
sitting there.
That is wild.
We came back later on that night, and she has a hand cream, smaller hand cream,
my sunscreen.
that was where the TV was. That was on the floor standing up. Then there was the time you were in the bathroom fixing her hair. She had her hairbrush was just sitting in the sink, and as she's sitting there doing her hair, the hairbrush moved up the sink and down the sink.
Oh, that's crazy. I want to stay in 32.
And then she before we even knew about a cat, I didn't know there was a cat thing. She kept telling me something keeps rubbing against my foot. She's funny because she's not afraid. She was getting so annoyed, and I was laughing. It's like we weren't even. I thought I'd be scared and something like that.
Right.
But she was getting so pissed off that this thing kept doing stuff. It's like, come on, leave me alone.
We were supposed to have the cat in 20, and we didn't have the cat.
Yeah. Well, supposedly the cat walks around all over the place.
Oh.
You didn't hear the tapping last night?
No.
There's voices in the pipes. I can't even go to the bathroom by myself. Then you hear the, what were we calling it? Telegraph?
Oh, the Morse code.
Morse code. You can hear it all night long. But as soon as we mentioned it, I said, can you hear that? He goes, I hear it. It stopped.
Oh, wow. What a great experience. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, no problem.
What are your names?
Al.
Al, and nice to meet you.
The other thing is that we left our phone chargers on the dresser, and when we had come back, it was on the floor, like it got knocked off.
That happened to those guests. She said that they got back and her lotion was like knocked off the dresser, but it was standing straight up. They said they even tried to recreate it, see if it's standing up, and then you couldn't do it.
It was my charger was like the right side up because it's one of those that you set your phone on, and it was right side up, sitting on the floor, just right on the edge of the table.
Oh my
and so it was just like, all right, friends, like
hello,
we're
friends.
being nice.
We hear you.
I love that we're being nice, and we just moved the phone charger. We can keep it like that.
That's so cute. This is a fun game.
Necrophonics, also called spirit or ghost boxes, are self-contained sound devices used to produce audible words that project out over a speaker using phonetics. These devices give you the ability to have a conversation with a ghost. I know it sounds pretty creepy, but we experienced it for ourselves. Ready for a little ghost adventure, huh?
Yes.
Okay. All right, sweet.
Ghost tours.
Yes.
In Jerome.
Our very first one.
Are you here? Hello? Hello? Happy?
What was that?
Are you happy? I'll buy you a beer. I'll buy you a beer if you tell me your name. You're not a ghost. Oh!
What was
What was that? Are you alone? Look. They said look.
Okay.
Where should we look? Are you happy?
One of the craziest stories in Jerome is the story of how the city jail ended up where it is now. The area around the jail is a hot spot for spirit activity, as you will see.
Yeah, the old jail, crazy how it stayed in even this kind of condition.
Usually about this rock I get people, hey, hey, who's this? This is Josh. Thank you for saying hello, I really do appreciate it. I know that takes you a lot of energy. Whoa, hey.
Wait, what was that? Let's play that again so you can make sure you make it out.
Hey! Mind telling me your name? Really appreciate it.
Mark?
Mark or Marge?
Marge.
Are you with Mark right now? Yeah? Well, it was a pleasure to meet you, Mark. I'm gonna walk a few more feet here.
I think he just made believers out of us.
I know, I think so. That
was.
I love it.
If we're ready, we can go ahead and take off.
Oh, do some more.
But yeah, I guess like what he's saying, to be really open.
Really friendly.
Relaxed,
grateful.
not like in a rush.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, I gotta.
You can't ask all these questions all at once because then they can't answer.
No, that makes sense. Well, we just had a really awesome ghost tour.
You're gonna make me try to talk while being out of breath going up this hill?
Okay, we'll share about that later. But if you're walking around Jerome, you better have your hiking legs on. Woo. Because, yeah, it's a little hilly.
Little hilly.
This is the Asylum, the restaurant that is here. Got to go make reservations for tonight. Cheri, you need to punch in.
What time do I need to punch in? We were staying in room 20, right next to the maternity ward. Tom heard a distinct baby crying near the closet in our room. And there were no guests with babies staying at the hotel. Of course, sometimes a cat can sound like a baby crying. And we were in the room known as the ghost cat room. According to the hotel staff, the sounds of a newborn baby's cry is common on the 3rd and 4th floors, as well as the faint smell of baby powder and zinc oxide. The baby's crying has alerted enough guests that they've phoned the front desk out of concern.
I was in the bathroom in room 20 and felt this cool sensation on the back of my arm, like a light touch. I thought it was one of Cheri's long hairs, but I reached back and there was nothing there. I was getting ready and I felt this sensation on the back of my arm.
I felt something like on my back, like just lightly touch it or something, but I thought, oh, maybe it was just a hair falling on my back or something.
Yeah, I thought it was maybe a hair.
Reminded me of like what one of your hairs would feel like. And
yeah.
If you've watched any ghost hunting shows or videos, the hunters always speak about concentrated cold spots in certain locations. Experts have said that the reason why this happens is because ghosts need energy to manifest themselves. So the ghosts literally suck the heat out of an area so they can show themselves.
In the auditorium, because they actually take you into the old auditorium of the high school, and that's how you get to the
That's
locker rooms
cool.
and stuff. We're standing there, and just the whole right side of my body was freezing. And then it'd go away, and it'd be fine, and then it'd be freezing cold, and my EMF would go crazy every time.
Cheri having fun messing with other hotel guests.
This was freaky. We heard the weird sound while roaming the hallways one night.
Are you there? We hear you. Hi, Tom and Cheri are here. We want to talk to you. Can you say hello?
Is anybody there?
What is that? Is that just the wind?
I think so.
Are you sure?
Let's go by room 32. Wait, hang on guys. We're gonna stop and go back. Slow it down a little bit and turn it up to make sure you catch that. That sounds pretty spooky.
That sound spooky. Hi.
Hi there.
Oh, you have the spooky room.
Oh, you got 32?
Are you? You don't know?
No.
Oh.
Maybe you don't want to. We were actually wanting to get in that room.
Really?
Yeah. And they said you got to book like 4 or 5 months out. So I was like, oh, yeah.
Weird, because no, I just called. And they're like, no.
we have one room left, and I said on the balcony. She goes, oh, well, we only have one room left, and I said,
You
okay,
checked in
good.
today, right?
Yeah. But I called like, 2 months ago maybe.
Okay.
And she's like, yeah, we have one room left, and so I don't know anything about
Maybe one came available.
Well, probably nobody wanted it.
Sleep well tonight.
What room are you in?
20. We have the ghost cat.
That's what I heard that too.
Yeah. We haven't seen anything yet. We're waiting. We're ghost hunting. That's why we came up here to find your room. Like, hello.
Let's talk about the camera equipment. The batteries on our camera equipment would die unexpectedly. Even Cheri's toothbrush died when it was fully charged. Some of our cameras never worked at all. Those of you that have watched other paranormal shows and ghost hunting shows know that this is not unusual to have strange equipment failures.
Bailey, I need a battery. One of the green light batteries is charging. This is dead.
On the second night, we made reservations at the Asylum restaurant inside of the Jerome Grand Hotel. Guests dining at the Asylum have reported having ghost experiences. Guests have reported seeing people dressed in 1920s area clothing roaming the restaurant, only to compliment the restaurant staff about how cool that was and then be told that no one was dressing up like that. And this was one of the craziest experiences we had.
Yeah, so this might be our most, I can't say visible, but most audible ghost experience. This is our bathroom here, and after I got it was after I got out of the shower, I think, that we really noticed the screams.
Yeah.
So I'm just stepping out of the shower, and then I heard the loud music, which was kind of a really strange kind of music, kind of like rock and roll, but not. And then I heard the woman having fun, like she was enjoying a sexual experience. And then I heard...
Tom even said, do you hear that? Sounds like he's slapping her ass. Her ass. It was loud. Not like anything you would hear from a wall. And tell them about the walls.
How thick the walls are?
Yeah.
Yeah, these walls apparently are 18-inch thick concrete. So you're not supposed to be able to hear anything. We can hear water running to the pipes, but the pipes are all connected so that reverberates through.
She said the same thing about the ceiling.
Right, ceilings are extremely thick. And so loud music, loud sexual encounter, a slap on the butt.
He even said, oh, no, it was me, because you were talking about how loud the screaming was getting. I was like, well, should we be concerned?
And I said, well, it sounds like she's having fun, that she's not in distress. And then at that moment, it changed. The screams got a little bit louder and a little bit longer, and maybe like she wasn't enjoying it as much. And we thought for sure someone's going to complain about all this noise, the music and the loud, encounter. This is like really freaky.
I had a weird experience. The second morning, I was awake early before Tom, early in the morning, and doing my routine meditation to start my day, like I always do.
Oh man, morning number 2. And yeah, I'm feeling a little tired, but Cheri's got quite a story.
Yeah, it's been quite the morning this morning, and we'll have to expand on all of it later, but while I'm sitting here, I wanted to talk about this one. Good morning, by the way. It's 7. I've been up since about 4 this morning. So I'm sitting here. Well, first of all, what I didn't realize was a thing until after I started noticing. Oh gosh, I don't even know how to describe this. It's just so wild. How do you explain this? Okay, I was sitting here in meditation, even trying to like maybe try to communicate with them, tell them, you know, if they're in fear, it's okay to see the light, you know, just meditating.
I heard a tinking, clinking kind of sound on the table, like something hitting the ice container. It's kind of made of metal.
And then I heard this, and it's complete silence because it's early in the morning. And then I heard the sound. It sounded like something with this material here.
It startled me, so I opened my eyes and noticed my phone moved. And Tom's diabetic insulin was on top of my AirPods.
So I jumped out because it was so loud. And I'm like moving things around, trying to recreate that sound to figure out what it was. And I finally figured out it was like, ding, like that. So I'm like, okay. And in my mind, I'm saying, all right, if you're here, move something else. And then I looked up and I saw my phone sitting there. And I haven't touched it yet. It was sitting way over here. Now, I had just gotten finished texting my mom to tell her I survived a night. Because she wanted to report that I was okay. So I was just finished texting her, and I put my phone down and went into meditation.
What's unusual about that is that I just placed my AirPods on the table to use after my meditation. Tom hadn't been awake yet, so it didn't make sense that his insulin would be on top of something I had just placed on the table.
And why would I put it way over there? It would be awkward because this has been in the way. So it's just, I haven't even touched it yet because I'm just so freaked out right now. And then something that happened earlier, I didn't even think it was a thing. I just kind of brushed it off, but now I'm thinking it was a thing. When I got up this morning, I got my AirPods to bring over here because I knew I'd want to meditate and do a guided meditation. So I had all my stuff over here. Went and got coffee or went to the bathroom, something, came back, and this, Tom's diabetic supplies, were on top of it. And I thought, well, that's weird. And I thought maybe he got up and moved it, used it or something, but he didn't. So now I know that that was something else that happened. So you just got to pay attention to things.
I also felt nauseous, and although I had a lot of sleep because I was so tired the prior evening, I went to bed, unusually early. My eyes were burning to close as if I was tired. You know, when you get that burning feeling, you just can't keep your eyes open. I had that. It was really weird. I felt energetic, but my eyes were still like feeling like I was fighting sleep. I've never felt like that before. It was definitely all very strange and creepy. Wow, we experienced a lot of strange things during our stay. On the first night, Tom did not sleep well. Tom got better sleep the second night, but never felt fully rested. We both felt very drained each morning we were there.
Cheri got a lot of sleep the second night of our stay, but could barely open her eyes the next morning. We were told by the hotel manager, Sarah, that the spirits suck your energy and that many guests report feeling that way. After leaving the hotel, we felt and slept much better.
Wow, last night, I swear I felt like the tiredness was so unexplainable. And this morning when I woke up, and it's like I have this body energy ready to get up. You know, like I've had plenty of sleep, but my eyes just burn to close. Burn, 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 burn. And I was like, what is this? Why does it feel this way? It was so weird. We have other things that happen. We'll talk more about that later, but I wanted to address this. Oh, and before, you were still sleeping, and I heard furniture moving next door, and there's nobody next door, and that's a common report. So I'm hearing that.
Actually, we got a picture, our TV kept cutting out. And so we took pictures of our TV, and in the reflection, you can see there's something on the edge of the headboard. It almost looks like a hand. But when we look at the headboard, there's no round edge to the
Are
headboard.
you in that?
Yeah,
room?
we're in
okay.
these two. So these were hospice rooms back when this was a hospital.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool.
they
Wow.
call these the death rooms.
Right. That's what
and
people
did she
end
give
up-
you guys the heads up about this?
No.
So past this door is what used to be the women and children's. And she said that this is where most of the activity happens in the hotel.
Really?
So right behind these. So she said that we'll probably hear like furniture moving, or like people will call down at 2 a.m. and be like, why the hell are they moving furniture? But they're not. It's just this
Wow,
is a very active part
that's
of
cool.
Oh my God.
hotel.
We were wondering what that room was for.
Oh yeah.
We thought
So-
it was a chapel.
Well, actually, we've heard some construction or some moving around or something, and I thought there was some construction going on.
Yeah, they are on the lobby level, but we heard it earlier, and it was like it was right here.
Interesting.
So yeah, 'cause she was like, well, they're doing construction. I'm like, 2 floors down.
Yeah.
Right.
Like 2
Yeah,
full
shouldn't
floors
hear
down.
it up here.
Yeah.
What was that banging that you just heard?
In the closet?
No. Over here.
I thought I heard something bang when I was in the bathroom out here. But just now?
But this is the picture. So when you zoom into the TV, there's like a shadow here. But when we looked, because this is the headboard, there's like literally nothing there.
Wow.
That's wild. Oh, I just got chills. Oh.
Crazy.
But anyway, that's this morning. That's a fraction of this morning. There's more to talk about.
More to talk about for sure.
I'm sitting over here with the constant chills. Have you ever had the constant chills?
Well, I have them now. I think at least talking about these stories. I hear noises, but I've had earplugs in and everything is loud here. So I decided I wanted good sleep last night as opposed to the first night. But yeah, we'll talk more about that later.
There's more.
But wait, there's more.
Also on the second morning of our stay, around 7 in the morning, we heard what sounded like large furniture being moved around next door. We didn't think anything of it because we knew that although the room didn't have anyone staying there, they were working over there doing some construction. So logically we thought that's what the noises were.
But then as we were leaving room 20 that morning, we ran into the maintenance guy, John. He said that nobody had been in the room next door that morning, and he even offered to show us inside the room. And of course, the room was empty. John said that he was the only one that works in there, and he had just arrived for the day.
How are you folks?
Good. Anything spooky happening to you?
Not today.
Not today. Do you work here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
So we heard a wild party last night.
Oh, I'm sure you hear a lot of that around here.
And she said we thought it was real. We're like, why aren't people complaining?
Right.
The guests must be crazy. And she said, no, it was a quiet night. Have you heard of that before?
No.
It was wild.
Yeah, I've really never been here at night. You know, I'm usually here just during the daytime.
Have you noticed anything at all?
Well,
Weird?
Not really, man. I mean,
Are you doing construction in here?
Yeah.
Can we just look and see what it looks like in there?
sure, come on in.
Okay.
I'll kind of
We've been hearing all kinds of like furniture moving in here.
Really? I shouldn't. Well, come on in. If you want, just go to like that far room on the corner there, and that'll be like kind of an idea of what we got going on.
Is this like a suite?
This, you know, the boss is he's gonna make his mind up what he wants to figure out, really what he wants to do.
Oh, okay.
But this is kind of, I mean, I came in here and I did all the paint.
Wow, look at this balcony.
Yeah, we have garden rooms on the other side. It's the same thing, same setup, but it's just the opposite side of the mountain. It's beautiful. It's called the Garden Suite.
Okay.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh,
got
this is
a
awesome.
hallway bed.
Wow, it's so huge.
And that's what it looked like before.
Okay. So these rooms have just sat then.
They haven't done anything with all the space.
Well, when we first started, he only had 3 rooms. And he went from 3 rooms to 29.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just been a slow progression.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And it was like
It's just a big hill to climb, and as far as I'm concerned, he's up there now. You know what I mean? Because this is a beautiful place.
Was it 96? Is that
94?
94.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. He started with 3, and now we got 29.
So the next thing that's gonna happen is we're gonna go downstairs and talk to her, and she's gonna say, there's no maintenance here today.
John, who's John?
That's what I'm talking about. We've got to question everything.
Right.
But wait till you see this strange incident using the Ghost Tube app. The Ghost Tube allows spirits to communicate via a readable word bank within a pre-selected set of words in its internal bank.
I'll try another room, and then we should probably head out. Call it a night.
You gotta move your phone away, Steve.
Usually that would like set it off.
I did.
Ball. Yeah, sorry we didn't bring a ball for you.
The Longhorn team is back in the ward, and the Ghost Tube app says ball. And Lauren's bracelet gets ripped off of her arm, and the Ghost Tube app says gently and metal. Like the spirit or ghost intended to remove Lauren's metal bead bracelet gently.
And we are not having a ball.
Is this?
You're gonna have to
This
touch
is
our
not-
REM pod. That's the only toy we brought.
Snaps right off of my hand.
What?
What?
You didn't catch it on nothing?
No, I was standing right here
Wow.
and it just fell. It snapped off of my.
Is that you?
Is that a bracelet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are the beads gonna fall off now? Oh.
Metal beads?
Yep.
Get out of
And he said
here.
metal.
Ball.
Oh, and he just said
Metal
ball.
Metal ball.
All right,
Get
there
out of
you
here.
go.
Guys, so
Metal,
this just said
gently,
metal.
ball.
And
Metal gently.
wow.
And it just dropped.
And her
gently.
bracelet, metal ball bracelet. I swear to God, guys, we can't make this up right now.
Broke right off.
I swear to God. And her metal ball bracelet just came off of her. This is
Broke.
nuts.
Wordless, so you can see exactly what I'm working with. It hasn't been altered.
Okay.
Holy crap.
Well, you can break a bracelet.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything with my
20.
20. I wonder how many beads are on here.
21. Well, 20 if you don't count this big one, the starter bead. So if you don't count the starter bead, guys, there's exactly 20 metal balls on this fucking bracelet. I swear to God, I can't even make this up right now. Shut up.
And we thought we were gonna go out with nothing.
And we're ready to head out.
Wow, we were ready to leave. Do you not want us to leave now?
Lauren also got nauseous from this experience, which is also what we experienced at the hotel.
Yeah. So Lauren's feeling dizzy right now, guys. After her bracelet was ripped off.
The ward may look like any other old room under construction, but the team at Longhorn Paranormal have spent hours in the ward recording some really strange phenomena. Using a REM pod, a device that detects both changes in the electromagnetic fields and temperatures, they recorded the temperature holding at precisely 66.6 degrees in the ward, which is not normal.
See it? Again. It's on that 66.6.
That's okay. That just turned from green to red.
Oh.
And it's turning on and off. Like the whole thing was red. The
Okay,
screen.
66, 66, 66, 66.5, 66.5.
And check this out. Longhorn had a camera get knocked over while they were recording in the ward. Wow, did you see that? Let's see that one more time.
Girl. Oh, now what? I don't know what happened this morning, but like now that has opened up all kinds of interesting things. So I was telling Tom there was no party last night.
None.
Tell
Trust
her.
me, I would have shut it down if there was because people are sleeping.
I figured that. I figured,
And I thought about recording it, but it's like, well, it's a little crude, you know, but if it was ghost, I would have absolutely
I didn't tell her
recorded
exactly
it.
what we heard. So tell her what we heard because she doesn't.
Well, it was like a couple, you know.
You thought it was music to muffle.
Getting busy, and they were very loud.
We get some vocal ones in here.
It was very loud in the bathroom.
And then the screams turned a little scary.
Now, what time was this? Was this after midnight?
No, it was earlier.
before midnight?
Yeah, it was. It was not very
Nobody
late.
said anything to us. I mean, normally
9-ish?
we'll know about it.
And as soon as you
not
said, well,
fun.
I'm like, should we be concerned? And he said, well, it sounds like she's enjoying it. But then it got like terror sounding. So it was like,
Like a little.
surely their neighbors were complaining downstairs and this will end soon. And it just
I would have
didn't.
had a laundry list of complaints here, and as soon as I walk in the door, anything I need to know? Nope, it was all quiet.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, not a thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then since then, this morning, I've had some things moving and noises, and it's like, okay, here we are. Like, we shouldn't be able to hear ass smacking, Tom. We should not be, if it was she was talking about the concrete up here, she said you can't hear anything up there.
You can't hear
She said it's
through.
so thick, you could not hear anything up there. Because she said, where did it sound like it was coming from? And I said, it sounded like it was upstairs, maybe a room over or something. And she said, no, you can't, the floors are so much concrete, so thick, you're not going to hear anything. And we literally heard ass smacking. Tom, we heard ass smacking. She was freaking me out. I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to tell Tom. Oh my God, this is wild.
So the spirits weren't gonna let us leave without showing us some stuff.
Yeah.
But oh man, so seriously, should have recorded that love making last night. Oh my gosh.
But you know what? As soon as you said, well, it sounds like she's having fun or whatever, it shifted. And it did something different.
Yeah, there were a couple like
Questionable screams that didn't sound like pleasure.
Right.
Great, we get this kind of story to tell. What's that about?
And the maid told us that Travis, one of the supervisors, did hear the couple as well.
He was telling me yesterday morning the same thing about somebody having sex or something, doing something in this on this floor, and that he had to just leave because he was, he was even turning red.
It was pretty kinky.
Did somebody
That's what
stay
he was
in this
saying.
room
Yeah.
last night?
Yeah.
I mean, it was a little more hardcore than S&M. I mean, just saying.
He was telling the same story.
I wonder.
So that's weird.
Does the room look unusual at all, or?
No blood spatters anywhere. Even the music, I couldn't identify it. And I was listening to like the words, and it's like, it didn't make sense to me. And it was like music I've never heard before. First I'm like, well, is it some kind of Latin inspired music? Because I can't understand it. But it was just like hard punk rock, but different. Like nothing I've ever heard before.
So this is the new information. Talking to Sarah, the people in 32.
Yes.
They didn't experience anything last
Heard
night.
nothing. Nobody heard nothing. The
Nothing.
night crews reported a quiet night.
But the people in 32 came down here, right outside here, in this area, outside of 22. That's 22 there, right? So the couple that was in 32 said that they heard a woman wailing, crying around 9 o'clock outside
That was
of
what time it was.
22.
In
Right.
the morning or at night?
Last night, around 9 o'clock. It was early, and I've been drained of energy. I've never gone to bed this early.
Actually, can we look in there?
Is there anything unusual in there?
Does it look like somebody had a party in there?
Who stayed in here?
But anyway, but then when they walk a little bit, the crying would stop.
And look at these pictures. Those people, or whatever that is in the background, were not there when this picture was taken. Want more videos like this one? Smash that subscribe button or scan this QR code right over here with your smartphone, because we have more videos and documentaries coming out, like The Mystery of Coral Castle. Who built it and how did he build this crazy thing in Florida? So again, subscribe for our next documentary coming out soon. We also talked to several guests about their weird experiences. The 3 guests staying right across from us had quite the ghost hunting experience in the old schoolhouse and the site of the first hospital in town.
They took us down to the boiler room.
Oh my gosh.
There was growling. There was the spirits told us to get out. They told us to leave.
We asked if they wanted us to leave, and they said yes, so we did the out. Yeah, there was definite growling. It just like when you go down to the boiler room, because it's down past like the locker rooms underneath the stage in the auditorium, and just past these rooms in the corner, there's just like this old toilet and kind of like a kitchen, and you could just feel like nauseous.
I felt nauseous this morning.
Yes.
My mouth started watering like I was gonna throw up, but then it went away, and I had chills, like constant chills. And so we got out the scanner, and I didn't get anything. My mouth is watering like I'm gonna throw up. I don't feel so good.
And we went to this old spot that used to be a hospital, because I guess there were like 4 hospitals around in this area.
Yeah, it was the first hospital, and now it's just a dirt lot. But we got a few spirits that came through over there.
Because ours was meh the whole time until the end, when he grabbed our thing and started talking and was able to get like a lot of
hits at the.
And it's like, wow, I'm like we should have been doing this from the beginning.
Where the jail is.
New voices, because we had asked him, because at the high school there's a few that respond a lot, and so he's asking for them. So like Katie and Drew, and we got Drew a couple times. He's a little boy, and he said that they're pretty sure he passed of influenza when that school was being used as a hospital, because it was being used as a hospital during the Spanish flu.
Which we also had a man in his 30s.
As we were asking Drew, like, how old are you? We got a deep voice come in, and he's like, I don't know that one. And he gave us a few yes, no's, and we asked, how old are you? And he said 30. And then he disappeared, and Drew popped back in for like 2 seconds, and then nothing.
Wow.
Absolute silence.
Is anybody feeling cold air?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. Just checking.
And then in the auditorium, because they actually take you into the old auditorium of the high school, and that's how you get to the locker rooms and stuff. We're standing there, and just the whole right side of my body was freezing. And then it'd go away, and it'd be fine, and then it'd be freezing cold, and my EMF would go crazy every time.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, we have to do that.
So we're outside of room 22 that we heard from the manager here. Another couple staying here came down here. Our room is just next door. To it.
Yeah.
So based on what we heard, this couple heard something different. It was a woman just wailing, bawling.
Crying.
Right about the same time we heard our noises.
The same time we heard our noises, yeah.
They didn't talk about any music or anything like that.
No, or nothing that sounded violent like what we heard.
Right. We've talked to the maid that's cleaning this room right now.
She said no evidence of anything happening in here.
Nothing unusual. And then as soon as this couple that was outside the room walked a few feet, the crying stopped. So,
woo, chills.
Yeah, that is really something. So,
but I don't think I've talked to so many guests in a hotel ever in my life.
oh yeah, we've talked to the three girls here.
You just meet people in the hallways ghost hunting. It's just, it's a very unique experience.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really funny, but that couple in room 32, one of the most active rooms here, said nothing happened there for them.
Weird.
So,
yeah.
Well, it's time for us to check out.
Yeah, we gotta
unfortunately
get going.
Okay. We're going to the lobby.
It's always a jolting experience. We're back.
Room 20, checking out.
Yeah, they'll hear me.
Exactly. This has been such a great experience.
Oh my God.
Are you gonna take the ghost count with you?
Tried it.
I asked her if you were real. I was like, please tell me there's somebody by the name, because we had to check, make sure you weren't a ghost.
Right.
Scary.
You too.
care.
Thanks, John. If you could just put the ghost to work, how much more help would you have?
Trust me. You know, standing, breathing, I don't care. I will train anything. I will. But that's
If you could control them, then you could get them to move the right
I
things.
can't control my husband. Do you think I can control somebody that's dead? I don't think so, no.
Is there a degree in ghost hunting?
Do we need to get to work on those classes?
Thanks again, Sarah. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you so much. You were such a pleasure.
Thank you.
When we arrived at room 20, I picked up the phone and realized it didn't dial out. Later, I found out that it does function, but you don't actually dial out. It automatically rings the front desk. So I started spookily and jokingly singing the song every day. Welcome to the Hotel California. No, I can't sing. You can check in, but you can never leave. Does that sound familiar?
Welcome to the Hotel California. What a nice surprise.
It was a joke until we really did try to leave.
This was an eerie nail in the coffin experience, so to speak. When we did try to leave the hotel, it was like something didn't want us to leave. We checked out, loaded the car, so far so good, we just might escape the Grand Hotel, but we had a flat tire. We had a mixture of reactions to how this could have happened. We didn't know whether to laugh or to be creeped out.
Talk about a fun shopping area, eclectic gift shops, lots of references to the paranormal and hauntings. Today, Jerome is a thriving tourist destination, and we encourage you to visit the area and stay at the Grand Hotel, if you dare.
Got a ghost? Who are you gonna call? Longhorn Paranormal. You can find links for their videos and contact information in the description and the pinned comment. Thanks to Jen, Stephen, Kim, Bailey, and guests Lauren, Sarah, and Deanna for sharing their expertise and rare video footage. Would you stay at the Jerome Grand Hotel or another haunted property? Let us know in the comments, and you can find a link to the Jerome Grand Hotel in the description as well. Let us know if you decide to stay there and how your experience goes. Let us know if you see anything in this video that we may have missed. For our next documentary, click right over here for Skinwalker Ranch, one of the most paranormal hotspots in the world, and we stayed right next to it. Check it out. We're at
Skinwalker Ranch.
According to legend, released skinwalkers there.